97.1. Wow.
Somebody's in love.
Is this weather for real?
It is for real.
All
I was
right.
in it last night, man. It was like slick. But it's great now. I mean, not great, but
Yeah.
at least
It's great. Let's look out the window.
I tell you what, you could at least drive in it now.
Oh,
It was
excellent.
awful last night.
It's always a good barometer to see whether something where we live is tolerable.
Would you rather have snow or this little whatever we have?
Snow. This is misery.
That's a misery.
It's bordering on freezing. It's rain. It's gray. It's muddy, and
Well,
possibly icy.
It was last night miserable, but now it's getting better.
Okay. We have definitions of better that are clearly different.
Well, I tell you what's miserable is my backyard. My backyard is a lake. It's like
Exactly. That don't happen with snow.
It's like 8 feet deep now.
I'm telling you. You go with the snow, that doesn't happen.
Well, that's melted snow.
It's rain, Terrence.
Well, it was snow, then it rained, so it's rain and melted snow.
And it kept
Come on
raining. This is the worst. We had a thunderstorm, for God's sakes. The world's ending. The world is ending.
now. I think this is the third year in a row we've had a snowstorm or a thunderstorm in the winter. Global warming.
This weekend of football was highs and lows, but I want to stick to the NFC for a second. You know, the AFC was pretty bad. The New England game wasn't very good, and frankly, I know it was a close game. That doesn't mean it was a good game. Steelers and Chiefs, not great. But the NFC was interesting. You saw Matt Ryan fillet the Seahawks and play out of his mind, and then you saw one of the better playoff games you will see, which was Cowboys and Packers. It was everything we hoped it could be, and maybe a little bit more. And Cowboys played well, didn't get it done. Aaron Rodgers went alien mode again and has carried the Packers now to the NFC Championship game. So the question I had is this. As a Lions fan, if you sat back and you watched these games this weekend and you saw what was perceived to be the best four teams in the NFC, and it's really three because the Seahawks are posers too, but those are the elite teams, and you saw the level they're playing at. Here's the question I have, and you can choose the terms you use. How far away are the Lions from competing in a game like that, like Green Bay, Dallas, like Seattle, Atlanta? Maybe not winning, but competing. Ball in hand, fourth quarter, chance to tie. And if you want to go the route of personnel and you're like, well, I believe we're X players away, or I know Terry's obsessed with a shopping list and going, well, if we can get this, this, and this, you may have adjectives. And it might just be, dude, we're nowhere close, or hey, we're actually only this far away. I want to get a sense. Now that the Lions have been off for 2 weeks of the playoffs, you've gotten to see the level, or excuse me, 1 week of play. I apologize. 1 week of the playoffs, and you've seen 2 weeks of other teams. But you see the level it takes. You got sandblasted in your game. You're seeing the level it takes once you get to the divisional round where the adults play. How far away are your Lions? 248-539-9797. And Terry, you can make...
Let me throw a caution out before we move on, my friend. I don't want to hear, yeah, but the Lions played the Packers close at Ford Field a few weeks ago. Here's what you must put into consideration. Playoff football is different than regular season football. The ante is bigger. The pressure is bigger. Normally you play better, or guys are more focused. They have more of a game plan, and they go at it harder than they do in the regular season. The Lions are a ways away from competing in a game like this. Playoff game where everybody's focused, everybody's ready to go, everybody's knocking the snot out of you. They're not even close. Sometimes I say, man, I can't believe what I saw this weekend. I know the team that I cover in Detroit can't do this.
All right, so within that then, Are you a superstar away? Are you several starters away? Are you going to sit there and go, Buck, it's going to take a complete overhaul? I mean, within you saying they're nowhere close.
I tell you what you need, Buck. You need 5 or 6 starters, and you need an attitude adjustment. because I don't think the Lions understand what it takes to compete at such a high level. They can go out and play some good football now and then against certain teams, but when you're talking about the elite of the elite competing where everything is on the line, they are not there. They need the players and they need the attitude adjustment.
How about the coaching? If you're saying they need an attitude adjustment, are you telling me they need someone different as a head coach?
I say they need a different attitude in the organization. This is an organizational thing. And it's been here for decades.
Okay.
It keeps, they keep changing coaches, but the same mentality remains the same.
So you're okay with Caldwell then?
For now. Here's the one thing about Caldwell that you have to be careful about is he's won over that room. And a lot of coaches who are Lion coaches did not do that. And I don't know if you can give them the cachet to say, you know what? We're going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you know what you're talking about as players, that you love this guy, that you believe in this guy. I think for now you have to keep him because of that. But if you're talking about the Lions can even compete and stay in a close game, you would probably need a different coach. If they can ratchet up to a high level and beat someone by a couple touchdowns, then I think Caldwell can get them there. Emotionally, he can get them there. If you're talking about tic-tac-toe strategy or chess strategy at the end of ball games,
okay, so hold on. I want to help you here. I want to help you. I'm not being snarky.
Yes, sure.
Okay, then I won't help you.
No, help me.
I'm not
snarky.
I don't want to be snarky to you.
Oh, come on.
I want to understand what you're saying because I feel like you're talking out of both sides of your mouth saying, well, I don't want to get rid of him yet. I don't totally believe in him yet. He might be able to get him there, except this situation.
If it's a game that's going to come down to 2 or 3 plays, then no.
Okay.
I believe he will blow that.
Now
if you have a team that's good enough to beat them by 10 points or whatever,
right?
And just come out and play with emotion, come out and execute a game plan. You don't need a new coach.
Okay, so hold on. So let me do this then. What you're saying is, if I read between the lines, Terry, winning in the divisional round of the playoffs, it's very hard to go blow somebody out.
It is.
So what you're saying to me is, Michael, if they ever manage to win this division, Jim Caldwell can't be the coach because they will not be capable.
I would move on. Yes.
Okay. So here's what. Now we're getting places. So what I'm asking you, see, that wasn't painful. What I'm asking
and you weren't that snarky.
I told you I wouldn't be. What I'm asking you, the people, to do is to go through the very process that Terry just went through and tell me how far away, by your own scale, your own terminology, are your Detroit Lions from even playing a competitive football game on divisional weekend. Pack, Cowboys, Seattle, Atlanta. Forget the AFC stuff. Because those are the games.
Don't even worry about them.
I'll tell you what the biggest difference is. And I'll do it next because it does take more than 15 seconds here.